So,
I condemn torture.
I'm going to leave that in. Welcome to session 16. It's been a week for you, it's been 2 for us, and without further ado, give us a recap and earn your hero points.
Who's a Jew?
What?
Fun.
It's French for goodbye, isn't it?
Well, we spent a lot of time doing downtime last time.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
I have no idea what happened.
Shopping Simulator 5.
Maybe did a bit of studying. She went on a bender. No idea what happened in them 4 days.
Oh, yeah.
Then
Gave Vanera a complex, thank you very much.
Frank gave us some special sauce.
what?
Yeah, I didn't say that, but whatever.
You know, some
Cool.
kind of mysterious alcohol.
Right. Yes. Yes, that. Uh-huh.
You all have filthy minds.
I'm more
You
confused.
said it.
Yeah.
Moving swiftly onwards.
I was referring to alcohol.
Of course you were.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
everybody calls alcohol special sauce. Come on.
Yeah. Mm.
All right,
Hey,
anyway.
I'm neurodiverse, you know?
No. No. I went and did my job at the library and chatted to the professor there and got even more slightly nervous by what's happening. Yay!
By the end, poor Lilith is gonna need to see some interdimensional therapist for all of the anxiety that everything is giving her to now.
Shit! No! Run away! Over there!
Etas handed you a pamphlet, didn't he? Or a book or something, a scroll.
A scroll. And I found out a little bit more about where I come from. That yes, that my sword is named Caliburnus. And she's had many owners before me. But I guess the way she's awakening for me is kind of a new revelation, I believe, or a new thing, I think. Unless I'm making that up.
We'll find out.
I cannot confirm nor deny anything that you're saying.
That is fine. I also received, not from Itos, I also went and hung out with other tieflings at the Ebon Circle and learned more about speaking Infernal. And to jump back to the scroll, I am a descendant of Arter, who is Etos's son.
Dun dun dun, because I don't think you revealed that last session, but there you go.
Nope.
Oops! I couldn't remember if I did or not, so clearly I did not. My bad. Well, now you guys know.
We
We'll
won't
sprinkle it in.
So you're kind of a
Sprinkle it in next
tiefling and an Azamar.
To a
Kill.
point.
Sure.
Well, Vanera, she did. She paid for some gravestones for the wizard that we found in that watchtower. She made some black arrows. She questioned the guard captain about the increased orc presence in the area. Did some training, did some hunting to contribute to Rory's shrine, and then towards the end of that time, Rory and I questioned the dead member of the Hand, who we are very much not resurrecting. And we got some interesting answers, some unhelpful, some fairly helpful.
We found out that the head of the Hand is called Garvin.
And their headquarters are in Support 6.
Oh, yeah. And we didn't confirm where that was, but we assumed it was the bridge. She wasn't hired by Darden, so she's basically, I think, part of the Hand's threat against him to motivate him. She had never heard of the Court of Chaos.
No. And they don't deal with
doesn't work with orcs, yeah.
Yeah.
And
that was
I trained...
pretty much it for Vanera.
Yeah. I trained with, yeah. Got your name?
Callista.
Callista. Sorry, I'm really tired. I trained with Callista and learned how to use a longsword, inspired by her awakening weapon. And I started spreading the truth in private study sessions, as well as doing my soup kitchen and stuff, and got very jealous of the fighters earning all that gold.
I think we all probably are.
Yeah. So that's inspired me to think of ways in which Rory could raise money for his temple, otherwise he'll be saving forever.
The gladiator's a weird image.
I don't think he could be a gladiator. I think he could probably be paid to patch them up or something.
Maybe.
Like official physician to the gladiatorial ring. I don't know. Yeah, and then after we did our downtime, we got summoned to see the fulling. Sorry, the halfling.
He's a jerk.
And he was about 5 times the size of a normal halfling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big
Not
jerk.
in height. Yeah.
No, not in height. He was just stuffing his face and then threatening us, and then he disappeared. Said we messed up his whole plan and that we owed him, and we don't owe him shit. And and then he set a ridiculous puzzle for us, and the initial suggestion was swiftly rejected, but it turned out to be the right one, which was turn the time on its side. Which, but before then, our barbarian Dobar had smashed down the door and
revealed the
Puzzle.
we needed.
Yeah, which revealed some riddles, which were: when I am young, I stand tall; when I'm old, I fall. Use me wisely, and time you'll stall. And then the second one was: first see the path that lies ahead, then light the fire where courage is bred, and then last let the waters really flow.
And then we all ignore it all, and the ceiling's coming down on us, which is awesome. And we've got 18 seconds before we shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 3 rounds before we die.
Just rude.
Yep.
Does anybody have anything else to add?
Yes. Dubar and Nameless did lots of really cool fighting and won lots of money. And Dubar was also flirting with the lady in red, who turned out not to be a lady in red.
Turned out to be the man in red.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was a man in red, yeah.
But he was still into Dobar.
Yeah. Still flirty, but yeah, Dubar not so happy. Because he was hoping for woman. So yay!
I still think you should have had a character who invented the lady in red called Mouse.
Well, there's still time. You never know.
I made her.
Right. Unless there's anything else to add, I think that's a pretty good recap of what happened last time. So we shall continue. So what we're gonna do for this part, like I said, I was going to do it in sort of like a round situation. So each of you will get to act. So there's no initiative rolling, but each of you will get to act. Once all of you have acted, that would be the end of one round. And that's 6 seconds that's passed. You've got 3 rounds to figure this out. So we rejoin you. You've entered this corridor. It's long, narrow, and tall. Let me just bring... Where's the description? Yeah, so it's 30 feet tall. It's 10 feet wide. And as you've all entered, you heard like a creaking and the sound of like stone grinding against stone. And you look up and you quickly realise that the entire ceiling of this hallway is slowly descending. Right, okay. So we'll start there. We're gonna go into rounds. So who would like to act first, and what would you like to do?
Well, I would like to ask a question before we go into it.
Okay.
Have we left the room and has the door closed?
You asked that question last time. You were all in the corridor because I made sure to ask whether you'd all stepped in. The door is actually currently still open behind you, though, not closed.
Cool. I would like to wedge said door open, keep it open, so we have a slightly different way to backtrack.
Okay.
Do something else.
What would you like to wedge it open with?
Is there a big stone? The big heavy stone about that's loose.
You can make an investigation check for me.
Cool. Yes, I will do that because I would like to find something big and heavy to keep the door open.
If you remember in the room when we were what we
There
were
was
in,
a table.
he was sat on a chair and there was a table.
Yeah, gonna need something heavy as well to go on the chair, just in case.
Right. You have a quick look around, and you don't spot any like loose or big stones in this corridor.
Cool. I am still going to move said chair to be in front of the door, or at least to be the bit in between where you close the door. Thank you.
Right, okay, yeah. So the door opened into the office.
Yep.
And yeah, you can easily put a chair either there to stop the door from closing fully, or put it near the door frame, so if it did slam shut, it's gonna hit the chair.
Yes.
No
yes,
problem.
please.
Okay, so that's
Thank you.
for round
Yep.
one. Who would like to go
Hey.
next?
Could I look at the path ahead? So down the corridor.
Yeah.
Are there lights along the walls, like torches?
In alcoves, right?
Yes. So there are lanterns, and they're in alcoves that are set back. So it's kind of obvious that if the ceiling comes down, it's not going to destroy them. Just pass them by.
Yeah, I want to find one that isn't lit.
Right. Okay.
So I want to quickly dash down the corridor to see if there's any that aren't lit.
I had the same idea, so if Rory's doing an investigation, can I help to do that? Because I'm pretty fast as
You
well.
can do. It is 90 feet long, this corridor, so it will take you either 3 rounds of walking or a round of dashing and then another round of walking to get to the end.
Well, I would like to dash and look at each alcove as I go past. Is that doable? See if any of them aren't lit.
Yeah, you're not going to get right to the end. You'll get like 2/3 of the way down, but it's enough to see if there's any unlit. I will say this will be a perception check because you're running, so you haven't got time to investigate it. You're just sort of like trying to look. And you said, Vanera, you're going to help with that.
Yeah, I wasn't so much looking for unlit, I was just looking for anything unusual about the alcove.
Right, okay. Are you following him down the corridor?
Which one of us was faster, Rory?
You probably... I don't know, I can move at 30.
It is. I've got 35. I'm kind of wondering if you cover not half of them, but if you cover some of them and I go past you
Yeah.
to cover more ground.
Yeah. So you'll go 10 more feet ahead of me.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so you're going to run down in front. Right. Because you're both doing this is going to take up both your actions, but because you're both looking for something slightly different, Rory, you just give me the perception check, and then Vanera, you do a separate one.
Cool.
Oh, Can I use my hero point?
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
no.
want to.
Yeah.
16 for me.
Oh, okay. Deal with Rory first.
20
20.
with a reroll. Yeah.
Right, okay, so I'd say close to the end of said corridor, there is an unlit lantern.
We need to get that lit.
It's not within reach of you right now. If you dashed, it's just a little bit beyond.
Yeah.
You've gone.
Do I spot it or do we both spot it?
You spot it.
Right.
And Vanera, you're kind of looking for something a little different. So as you run down, now you're at the opposite. You're basically at the opposite end of the corridor, or close to the opposite end of the corridor, to the rest of the party right now. But as you run down, what did you get? You said
16.
16. You notice as you take off, just at the corner of your eye, on the right-hand side of this corridor, there appears to be holes, like hand holes, going up the wall, and then you run off. You don't notice anything else unusual as you go down.
So they were on the right-hand side at the opening to the corridor.
Yeah, near the entrance where you came through.
Okay, can I, in the 6 seconds point, can I tell everyone that as I see them while I'm moving down?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Thank you.
Could I also shout, Vanera, one of the lanterns at the end isn't lit?
Was it an 100-foot corridor? And I'm, what,
90.
70 feet along?
90 feet. So, you're now, if you dashed, Vanera, you are 70 feet down.
Alright.
Right, okay, so who would like to go next?
I'll go next. After hearing Vanera shout about the what look like handholds, I would like to go check them out and possibly climb up.
Right, okay. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Oh, yeah. Five.
Right, okay, so you see
Not
these
good.
you see these handholds that, or they do appear to be handholds. They're evenly spaced, leading up, almost like a ladder that's been cut into the stone.
Okay.
After, because the height of this to the ceiling that's now moving down is 30 feet, but after about 15 feet you kind of lose sight of them because they're almost in shadow, so you can't really see where they go.
I'd like to climb up.
Right, okay. You will, because an investigation check is quite intensive, because you're looking quite a lot, I'm gonna say that you can only get 10 feet up.
Okay, that's fine.
So you've in the 6 seconds you've investigated it and you started climbing up, but you're 10 feet up. There's 20 feet above you. As you get a little bit higher, you can see that these handholds go to about 10 feet below the ceiling. So you've got another 10 feet to climb to get to the top. That's where they stop. Next to them, looks like it might be a bit of a stretch. You see a dark void. You can't see what's in it from where you are. It's just like a hole. It's black.
Oh, come on. You said to the left? With me?
So as you climbed up, it'd be to the right, sorry.
Right, okay.
But it looks like it'll be a bit of a stretch.
I just want to write it down so I can ponder while everybody else goes.
Okay, who would like to go next? We've still got...
Right, so there's no door or anything at the end of the hallway that we can see.
There was, wasn't there?
Yes, you could see what looked to be a reinforced vault-style door at the end. It is quite far away from you. Rory and Vanera are a lot closer to it.
I'm gonna dash as far down as I can, so the 30 feet.
If you dash,
I'll probably I'll just wind up being behind Rory and Vanera.
Okay, so you dash down the corridor.
May I put forward an idea about the riddle, or is that like metagamey?
No. Well, I know of.
Nick?
What was that? Sorry, I was just filling something in.
Am I fine to put forward an idea that I had about the riddle, or is that metagamey?
I would say I would like to have everybody's turn over with, and then absolutely.
Oh, I think I might have
Is there anything else that Maeve wants to do?
Maeve can't really do much at the moment because we're just going down this corridor. I can't face step. I can't magic anything.
Damn it.
I will jump into one of the alcoves at the furthest reach.
These alcoves that I was talking about, they're about this big. They just got a lantern in them.
Oh, right, okay. Never mind them.
Maybe I wasn't clear when I was explaining it, but they're just like little holes in the wall where lanterns have been placed, so it's lit.
Right, okay, so it's more like a window in the wall where the
Kind
sits in. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Nameless.
Nameless, what would you like to do?
There isn't much I can really do, so I guess I'll just chase after Maeve and get, to the end of the corridor.
Alright, okay.
What's Dubar gonna do?
Well, I'll have a look at that in a sec. But, so yeah, you can. I'll still let you do a little bit of an action, I suppose, if there's anything that you want to try. Whilst you're running down. I'm not being very strict on action, bonus action, and all that crap, but
yeah,
it's not combat.
Actually, if I can, I'll grab one of the lanterns on the way down.
As you're running by, sure. Give me a sleight of hand check. Let's see if you can just instead, so you don't have to slow down. You can just grab one and get it out of the alcove without smashing it or anything. Not going to be a very high DC, so don't worry too much.
I mean, I got a lot of information with a 5 on mine, so.
8.
Hey, yeah, I'd say as long as it's not a natural one, you're fine. So you run past, you manage to grab a lantern. So I suppose I don't know whether there's lanterns on D&D Beyond, but you can add one to your inventory if you manage to keep hold of it.
Okay.
It is an oil burning lantern.
don't splosh it all over yourself.
Yeah, just be careful. Right, okay, so that brings us to Dubar. I'm gonna make Dubar do an investigation. We'll make him do an investigation check, actually. Before he does anything else. Not great. It's his investigation. 8. Okay. Dubar shouts out that he thinks he's got the strength to stop the ceiling coming down and hold it for a while.
Idiot.
But he's not going to be that stupid and just stand there. He is going to like run up after you guys, I think. So he runs up the corridor and he ends up behind Nameless, which leaves then Lilith and Callista still at the entrance area. Everybody else has run down the corridor. Right, so that's the end of one round. At the end of this 6 seconds, as you're running, you can hear the ceiling grinding, and it's coming lower and lower and lower. It's now about 25 feet. It's moved 5 feet while you've been running down the corridor. But it appears to be speeding up.
Right.
So, in between the rounds, any ideas you might have, or anything you want to discuss, it's absolutely fine. I don't care whether you're metagaming or not.
The one thought I had where, like, that line, first see the path that lies ahead. I wondered if it was the path that lies, as in path that is not telling the truth, but then we're not supposed to go straight ahead. I could be making things up. That was just something that pinged in my head.
That's why I'm keeping the door open, so there's options.
Well, I think we need to go sideways and or up.
I think.
Yes, Rory?
Well, given that the last riddle was ridiculously straightforward, and we overlooked it because we're too smart for our own good.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I didn't say that it wasn't turning it sideways. I had that thought, but I dismissed it myself. I was like, no.
That's why the simple riddles are the best ones.
Yeah.
That's why. So I found that moment quite interesting because I said this during the week, but Sarah, I found it quite interesting that the sorcerer went on instinct, but the wizard went on information.
Yeah. I was like, no, that. Yeah, pretty much.
Thinking of the riddle then, for this round, since I'm closest, do you want me to go first, light that lantern, and just see what happens? And then you guys can make your decisions based on that.
Yeah.
Going to also ask a question. I have that smoke powder stuff. Do we also want me to, since I can't use magic or any cantrips, if we struggle, I can always try and light and throw.
Who let the sorcerer have smoke?
If you throw
powder?
black powder, it will just go.
Yeah, it'll just go in a big.
It's kind of in like a little cask, so if she sort of like lit it, it would explode.
Yeah, it would explode in the cask, but if you sprinkle it around, it won't.
Well, I was going to maybe see about getting, since there's oil in the lanterns, just maybe put a little rag and throw. And
Yes, we can Hail Mary, blow a hole in the side of the tower.
Save those for the halfling.
Yeah.
Molotov cocktail, the
Why not
bastard.
the wooden door at the end of the room?
That's what I'm thinking. Throw at the door. We've got a door open behind us.
You can't call it a
Open the
Molotov
doorway.
cocktail with black powder. It's got to be like sherbet or something. It's
No, we're having this.
Let's
What
keep
is
that
it
in
on
the back
critical
pocket.
roll?
No.
fluffernutter.
Yay.
Freedom grenade.
So, is everyone regretting the fact that a crazy sorcerer, has got some, bombs?
A crazy sorcerer alchemist.
Who also casts fire, so she's more of a threat to herself.
Yep.
Yeah, we just wake up one morning and there's a crater in the back garden of the cabin and nothing left.
Hello.
That pair of
Should we be
small
concerned when she suddenly decides to cry out Admiral Akbar?
God.
A small globule of stuff left over.
Right.
Yay.
If
Right,
you feel
how
that's
close
the
am
right
I
way...
to this?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Faye.
All I was saying was, Lilith, if you feel like that's something you would like to do, go ahead. Why not?
I think she's gonna be in slight panic mode. She's gonna be like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Just make sure we're at least 20 feet away from the
Yeah, I
door.
don't want to be anywhere near you when you blow.
I only wanted you to blow the bloody doors off.
I only wanted you to blow the bloody doors off, okay?
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah. Oh, does it need to be in? Oh, it needs to be in order, doesn't it? Shit, why did I
It
go
doesn't have
first?
to be in order.
Oh, that's
no,
fine.
no, you
right.
can go in any order you want.
Cool.
Mm.
Right. Other
But-
people go first, and then we'll see if we want me to do it slightly later.
Right, okay.
Go on,
So,
How close
do you
am
want
I to this lantern?
Yes.
right, so, Neri, you want to go first this time?
I think so.
And you want to light the lantern?
Roll down to see what happens.
Okay. So, this will be kind of like your action, but I'll still let you move if you want to move. So you take out your tinderbox and you manage to you get it lit first time, fairly easy, soaked in
How
oil.
far did I have to move? I'm trying to keep track of roughly how far I'm moving.
You haven't moved from where you were last time, so you're
Okay.
30 feet away from the vault door at the end.
Okay.
You light the lantern and it illuminates this area a little bit more than what it was. You can now see that this door in front of you is made of some sort of metal. It's very reflective. You know, the lantern light is reflecting off of it, and you can see that in the center of the door there's a classic sort of like almost combination style lock, and there's 3 dials on it. You can't quite make out what the what's on the dials because you're still 30 feet away. It's only about this big. But there's like 3 dials within that. So there's an outer one, a middle one, and an inner one in the center circle. Would you like to do
I
anything
don't
else?
know what to do because I still think that door is a trap, and if I commit to heading to it, I don't have the movement to get back.
Bomb?
That's where you need courage, right?
At this point, Lilith doesn't have the movement to get to the other end of the corridor.
Nope.
Because I think she can only move 25 feet, so even at
Yeah.
a dash is 50.
Yep. I'd be squished.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
that's
can
why you're...
I don't want to get right up to the door yet, but can I get close enough to see what is on the dials? So, I don't know, like 15 to 20 feet of them.
50, I'd say about 15 feet, you'd probably be able to read it.
Alright, so using 15 feet with 20 feet left to move if I need to. All the way around.
Well, you move, what is it, 35, so... you'll have 20 feet of movement left if you use
Okay.
it.
Okay, I will do that.
So, as you look at the dials, it appears to be... Right, I'm going to give you a choice here. I'll either give you a vague description of what it is, or I'll let you sacrifice the rest of your movement to do an investigation check so that you can definitely tell what's on it.
Can it be a perception? Not investigation?
Yeah, why not? If you sacrifice your movement, you can do either.
I'll do a perception check then.
Okay.
Because that's way better for me. Ooh. Got a 13 at the moment. Do I hero point that?
I would save the hero point because I have a feeling something will happen.
Alright,
That's
stick with the
just me.
13.
Okay, 13. So from where you are, you see this dial. Like I say, it's about this big, and there's 3 circles. So there's an outer one, a middle one, and then there's a center one. Above the dial, there is like an arrow in the door pointing to whatever the combination might be. It's obvious you've got to line them up. On each dial has 3 different symbols on it. There's 3 symbols. They're all the same on each dial, and they're in like an order. And it is a flame, a river, and an eye, and it repeats all the way around each dial.
Flame, river.
Okay, that's so path that lies ahead.
See the path
Fire.
that lies ahead, then light the fire where courage is bred. Last, let the waters flow freely.
So it's eye, fire, river. But I now can't get there until next. But at least I've got that information. Cool.
Yeah, and next turn, at the end of the 3rd turn, that's when the ceiling crushes you off.
Hero point time. Wee.
Right, okay, Adira, that's the end of your go. So who would like to go next?
Can I do that? Anyone?
You can go.
What?
Yeah, go for it.
I nodded.
Okay, I'll move the remaining 30 feet to the door.
You are 40 feet away from the door.
I'm 40 feet away from
Yeah,
the door.
Venera is closer than you, so she can move.
I thought you said the corridor was 90 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You moved.
60
Yeah.
plus
Yeah. Sorry.
30.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, sorry.
I miscounted on my little. I've got a little
Yeah.
map that I've got up in case something happens. I'm
okay.
counting the squares, and I made it a bit too long. Yeah. So you can move the 30 feet up to the door. Yeah.
Okay. And I see the flame, the river, and the eye.
I will say that anybody who was close enough, so that would be everybody except for Callista and Lilith. I'd say that Venera probably would have described it, and he would have heard what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will set it to the eye first, then the fire, and then the river.
Right. So eye on the outer ring,
Yeah.
fire on the middle ring, and the river
Yeah.
on the center ring. So as
Yeah.
you do that, you can feel it clicking as you're moving it, and you line them all up. And as you line up the last symbol on the center ring, you hear like a big clunk, like a metal lock or something has been withdrawn.
Mm-hmm.
Push
Can
it. Push it. Go
push
pull
the
it.
door?
Yeah, you can try and open
Yes.
it.
Yeah, I'll open the door.
Give me a
do
strength
a
check.
flying kick to the door.
Strength check. Okay, here we go.
I will let you use like athletics if that makes a difference for you.
No.
This is a big, heavy vault door.
Yeah. I'll start pushing at least, so that if anyone else tries, I'll be helping them. 19?
19.
Must be the adrenaline.
Probably, yeah. So you lean on it with all your weight, and your boots start slipping a little bit on the stone floor. There's a little bit of dust and things on there. But eventually you get a purchase, and you start to push this door, and it does start moving. As it starts moving, you see like the crack of natural light coming from around the edge of it. Doesn't swing fully open yet. You will need a bit of help. Who would like to go next?
I
Can
think
I-
Deepa should
do
go
a running
next.
flying kick.
I was going to say I'm running up to it, so I will.
Someone
going
who is
towards it.
strong.
Go on.
And
Dennis.
shove the door, put my shoulder into the door, and like not stop running, just run into the door.
Right, okay.
To the side
call
from
him-
me.
The ram.
As
Yeah, go
as
on.
I said, someone strong.
So because this corridor is only 10 feet wide, you were actually a little bit further back than where Rory was. because there were people in front of you as you run up. So you are you'd have to use your dash action to run and hit it.
Yeah.
So if you use the dash and you run and hit it, Rory's already pushing it. I would like you to give me an athletics check with advantage because Rory's helping you.
There's an actual 20 in there, so.
Nice.
Woo!
Right, okay, natural 20. Let me put that down. Where? Nameless.
Good job, Dan.
Alright, so as you
Good job.
slam into it, and Rory's still pushing, it's a lot of force that you hit this door with, and it's a big metal door. It does start swinging, and you can definitely feel it, start swinging open. Within the 6 sort of seconds of this whole round, so when everybody's finished this round, the door will be fully open, so it's sort of swinging. I'm gonna say, give me a dexterity saving throw, Nameless. I want to see that after you hit it, whether you fall on your ass because of you rebound off the door.
I'm fully expecting to.
Boing.
Thunk.
Oh boy. 5.
Yes.
So you go slamming, shoulder slamming into this door. The extra force that you put on it helps it to start swinging faster, so it'll definitely be fully open when you need it to be. But you bounce back off the door and basically skid and you're prone.
Would it change if I gave him my 9?
No.
Important.
Are you giving him your 9?
I will give him my 9, but he needs to add his modifier to it.
What's your saving throw modifier for dexterity? Nameless.
Mine?
Yes.
3.
So that will knock it up to a 12. No, it wouldn't actually. The DC was 15.
That's fine, but I've used it.
You've used it, yeah. I would say that you don't go fully prone, you go down on your knee. So it's not going to cost you half your movement to get up and move. But you are knocked back 5 feet.
But you feel some sort of weird shift in reality or whatever, and you wind up back on your knee rather than on your ass.
Right. Okay, that's Nameless's.
Can I make a suggestion on behalf of Dubar, assuming that everyone's seen this door open and assuming that the ceiling is still coming down? Lilith, don't hate me. I think Dubar needs to pick you up and run.
He's way in front.
Yeah,
or
he is.
or Callista, then. Are you strong enough to do that, Callista?
Possibly, but I'm also 10 feet in the air currently. Remember, I climbed.
Just let go. 10 feet isn't gonna bother you, surely.
Maybe. Depends how evil I want to be.
But you don't want to be evil.
Yeah, he does.
I've got to give you some
Well,
purpose.
according to safety analysis, people usually die at falls around 10 feet.
Can't I just face a
Well,
little bit of
Callista's
the
a
power?
badass.
No, it's
Ouch, you're having a
unhealthy.
hitty fit.
Right, who would like to go next then?
Not me.
Maeve bolts for the door and goes, "See you, fuckers!"
Beautiful.
Right, okay. You bolt for the door. You run up to it and it's not fully open as you get there. But it's open enough that you could squeeze through. Give me a... let's call this a dexterity saving throw because you're running full chat.
Yeah. Oh, that's not bad. Dexterity save is 18.
18, okay, so the door's literally at this moment as Maeve runs to it is about open by 2 feet. There's a 2-foot crack. Oop, slap my mic.
And then
Slap my bitch.
And you manage to just come to it, almost stop. You skid and slide through out into the open. You are momentarily blinded by the bright light outside because this is quite dim in here.
Yeah.
They don't quite
Are
see
you
what's
saying
out
that
there.
she's blinded by the light?
Yes.
Revved up like a deuce.
So we got Callie. Dubar's going to go last for obvious reasons. Callie and Lilith, who would like to go next?
Is anything moving in the room that I got my back to with the chair?
Is that you wanting to go next? Because that would be an
No.
investigation check.
No. Just a genuine question.
Yeah, you hear heavy breathing. It sounds like a giant lizard.
Cool. Great. Hey.
Is he called
Lala,
Mr. Lizard?
show some courage.
No. No.
Right, who wants to go then?
Not.
Lilith or
Alright.
Callista? Callista, you going?
Yeah, I'll go.
So you're 10 feet up in the air. You've got this dark void, which you think you could probably reach.
I think I want to go for the dark void because, like, it's weird that there are stairs to go up when this is clearly a person pancake making machine.
No, all right.
So
this void is another 15 feet up,
It's a waffle maker.
but it's an easy climb, so you can make it.
waffle.
You climb up. You now level with it. The ceiling is coming down. It's getting closer and closer as you are there reaching out. Are you reaching out into the void?
Yes.
Right. Give me an acrobatics check. It's a bit of a stretch.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
All the time the ceiling's and it's
I hate it.
coming down.
I'm just screaming. I hate it here. No. Okay. 16.
16. Okay, so you hold on with your left hand, and you have to stretch as far as you can using your left leg as a counterbalance as you lean right over. You get your hand into this dark void that you can't see into. You feel something in there. It feels long and hard. Like a rod. The ceiling's coming down. It's about to reach where your hand is. What do you do?
I grab onto the rod and try to pull myself up quickly.
Right. So as you grab onto it and you pull yourself up, it moves and it gives. Give me a dexterity saving throw. As this sudden movement catches you off guard.
Okay. Well, it's fine. I got a +3 to this one instead of a +2. 22.
22. Fantastic. So it catches you off guard, but not off guard as much as you might think. You lose grip on the actual steps, but you manage to let go of this. Shall we call it a lever as it moves, and you catch yourself on the actual bottom of this like alcove that it's in. As you do that, the ceiling comes right down, and it just as it gets to your fingers, like it's going to cut your fingers off. You hear a clunk and a click, and it stops.
Nice.
Do I hear that?
Pretty much everybody does. It's a loud noise. Reverberates
Cool.
down the corridor.
Maeve believes everybody is now dead. Oh no!
Lilith looks out and is like, is it safe?
And at that point, that's the end of the peril. The corridors, the ceiling stopped moving. So we'll get out of this whole turns thing, and you just tell me what you want to do. Maeve's obviously already gone through the door.
Bye, babe.
Also, the door's obviously does it open out, or it opens out, doesn't it? So I just sort of put my head around it. Oh no! Oh no!
I want to take one of those lanterns with me as well and then head up.
Yeah, yeah, you can grab a lantern. So if anybody wants to steal a lantern from the hand, absolutely.
Yo, I am gonna. Once I come, I come back down and
Yeah.
just kind of go. Come on, Lilith, let's go.
Yeah, okay. She tries to very quickly keep up.
There are no lanterns.
What we'll just add a custom item, lantern, and then we'll just treat it like a torch that you just have to
There's
refill with oil.
bullseye lantern or hooded lantern. Would one of those make sense? Hooded lantern burns oil as fuel, is that right?
Yeah, so you use a hooded lantern, that'd be fine, because you can... It makes sense, because you could use those in like a stealth mode, where you just shut the doors on it and it blocks the light, and it makes sense for the hand to have something.
Sweet.
So yeah, everybody...
Horn of beckoning death.
Everybody who is stealing a lantern from the Big Bad Thieves type guild place, put a hooded lantern in your inventory.
No.
Probably not a bad idea to have a lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but nicking it from a guild.
Yeah, I ain't touching that.
A guild, you're gonna
It's-
call it that, come on.
It's small compensation after they try to squish us. And drown us.
It could be a test. Another one. No, not touching.
The whole thing's a fucking test.
Yep.
He's testing my patience.
Wah, wah, wah.
I mean that too. This is getting rather annoying. We should probably just kind of get the heck out of here.
Yeah, I've got my lantern, I'm heading out the door.
I'm not working
Yeah.
for this fool.
No, I don't think that would be a good idea.
I don't know, that was kind of nice. I'd like to have my magic back, though.
I definitely would, even if I find it very confusing.
Right, so as Maeve stepped back into the corridor, the torch.
No, I've just sort of like put my nose around the door.
Right. After your eyes have adjusted, Maeve, you notice that you're in like a small antechamber with windows. That's where the natural light was coming from. And there is another door in there.
Oh, for feck's sake.
This one, it looks strong. There is a very definite keyhole. Other than that, the room is completely bare.
Do we still have the key from the last one?
You tell me.
We can always just go get it. You left the door open.
I did. Yes, I did. I was sensible. It
So
will take a while.
So you go and get the key. I'm not. You go get the key. Bring it back. Right in the lock.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't work.
that's fine. Still wanted to check. It's like, nope.
Does Dubar
At
want
this
to get his
point,
lockpicking skills out again?
this point, Dubar walks forward and says something about pitying some fools, and pulls out like a little leather roll with some delicate tools in it, and he's gonna try and pick the lock.
Can I check, like, the stonework and stuff like that in the room? See if there's, like, any etchings or any loose rock or just in general. Anything that we can get a raging clue from.
You want a range included?
I want a raging
Right,
clue.
give me an investigation check.
No.
That's really good as well. Investigation 24.
24. The room is completely devoid of everything except for a window and the two doors. Plain stone room. However, Dubar rolled really fucking good on his lockpick check. So he's got a 21. And you see him go to work on this lock, and there's such a big guy with big meaty hands. He's very, very delicate and fine. His fine motor skills are something to be like lauded over. And after about 5 or 6 seconds, he just clicks and he just pushes the door open. as the door swings open, you see that this is a balcony on the outside of one of the bridge supports. Standing there on the balcony is the fat man himself, Garvin.
Can we push him?
Can we dangle him over the side?
Off the balcony.
Yeah, blind kick off. Let's go.
I got bone to pick. I got bone to pick with you.
Right, so is Dubai going to push him over?
Dennis was trying to say something about that.
What did Dennis say?
I was just quoting a movie. Do I look like a cop?
Still in push.
Hang him up on a peg and say, "Stick around."
So is this what Dubar's doing? Because there's been video evidence that it's you guys that are doing this, not me.
No.
I do not believe that Dubar would pick a fight at this point.
No.
So
we don't need him coming back and getting angry again because we got him into this useless fight.
As the door fully opens, you see Garvin standing there. A whole 4 feet of him. And the other 5 feet, that's this one. And he smirks and he just starts slow clapping as you walk out.
I want to say that he's a jerk. You're a jerk. You're evil. Don't like you. You took away my magic. Fuck you.
Are you absolutely saying that?
No.
Want me to
I
retract?
didn't like that question. No.
As you walk, are you stepping out onto the balcony? It's quite a big balcony, actually.
So there's enough room for us and the halfling.
I'm behind.
Is it structurally sound enough?
Doesn't appear to be creaking under the halfling's weight, so...
I'm gonna be behind others. And muttering, keeping that thought in my head. Thank you.
Okay. Do you step out? Do you stay inside?
I'm fine.
I'm going out.
One
Yeah,
more.
going out there.
Staying in. Do I feel anything return when we step outside?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
As you step
I've had that
outside,
as well.
you feel the connection with the weave again.
And she breathes a sigh of relief.
If Lilith's staying in the back, she doesn't.
That's fine.
Anybody
I'm
else
just hiding behind people.
Anybody else who steps outside either feels the magic items come back to life or any sense of the weave that they might have had through magical spells or whatever, and feel it come back.
Are any of his minions with him?
Right, give me a quick perception check.
$22.
22, that's fucking good. Right, okay. So as Rory steps out, you look around, you're looking on the balcony. You do catch sight of people. In fact, I should actually go for that. Yeah, you do. Right, so you catch sight of 4 individuals. You can't tell what species they are. That are clinging to the side of the bridge in what appears to be some sort of camouflage. The clothes match the colours of the bridge itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're trying to be stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Garvin sort of looks at you and smiles and says, I can't remember what fucking voice I did for him. I was going to do a real squeaky one, but I'm not going to.
You should do like a little creep kind of voice.
Oh, you should talk like a halfling like that.
No.
But he's
Mayor of Bridgetown from the Harbour.
So, as low as you can go.
So, you have passed my test. No, it's like...
Oh no.
Oh, please, I haven't said it in such a long time.
Yeah. So, you've passed my test. Perhaps we should go somewhere more comfortable to talk.
Somewhere where there aren't 4 men clinging to the walls.
Garvin very obviously looks up and then looks back at you and goes, "Why would you prefer more?"
For none.
Obviously not.
Come with me. And he starts walking towards the door that you've just come out of. Do you let him through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you step aside. And he walks back the way that you've just come. Do you follow him?
Yeah. And I
I jump off the side and swim back. No, I'm kidding.
Can do if
Comedy
you want.
retract. Comedy retract. Let's get out of here.
So he starts walking back down the corridor as you step outside of the little antechamber and back into the corridor. You notice that the anti-magic field is now gone from the corridor. Still in that little antechamber though. You follow him back down the corridor back to his office. The doors that Dubar and Nameless smashed to bits in the last session have been magically repaired as you come back. The anti-magic field is completely gone. He sits down behind his table and grins at the fact that all the food and everything is still in place. He takes his chair back from the door as well. And he leans back against his chair. His thick his thick fingers are drumming lazily on the wooden surface of the desk. And he studies you for a long moment before exhaling through his nose. So, this debt that you owe my organisation, I have a way for you to repay it. I have a job. Now, before you start protesting, I don't want you to go thieving or assassinating or anything like that. I know you've got morals, and I know you're quite powerful.
I don't want to hurt no innocents.
Believe me, there's no innocence involved in this. There's a certain operation running out of Seawain. The city, the nice, pretty one, where all the nobles live, on the nice side of the bridge. It's been stepping on our toes for some time now. The smuggling ring, run by a group of fools who call themselves the Crimson Chain. They deal in rare goods, stolen artifacts, and most interestingly, contraband that should be passing through my hands instead of theirs, and I'm tired of their interference. He reaches into a drawer and he tosses a wax-sealed document on the desk. There's a red insignia pressed into it in the shape of a broken chain link. This document contains a list of the shipment's safe houses and key personnel. Valuable information. But I need confirmation before I make any moves. You're gonna get inside, find out where they're storing their biggest haul and report back. If you're feeling ambitious, you could even sabotage it while you're at it. These bastards think they can carve out a piece of the city for themselves. They've got the Seawain City Watch in their pockets. They know how to keep their dealings quiet, and they're careful not to move too much heat. But I know for a fact they're moving something big. Problem is, I don't know what, where, or who's involved at the top. That's where you come in. Now this shipment, my spies have relayed to me. He's coming in tonight. Thing is, don't get caught. Crimson Chain isn't as forgiving as I am. They prefer to make examples of those who cross them publicly and painfully. If they suspect you, they'll string you up outside the docks. Succeed, and your debt is settled. Fail, well, you won't be my problem anymore because you won't be anyone's problem anymore. He leans back and he watches you closely. So what shall it be? Are you in?
Should we trust anything you say? How do we know your information is correct?
Make an insight check for me.
Can I help?
You can make an individual one.
Cool.
I just rolled a natural 20.
Are you making an insight check?
I am.
Right, you need to declare it before just rolling dice.
I'm making
Sorry,
an
I thought
inside
you
check.
Opened it up to everybody.
17 for me.
Oh, that was
15.
Same, 15.
That's a 21 total.
Okay. Is there anybody who hasn't rolled one?
I haven't rolled.
I got 12.
12. Right. So I'm not going to just message you all individually because most of you have rolled an inside check. Those of you that got either 15 or more, you get the distinct impression that he's not being deceitful
Okay.
in what he's saying. As he's watching you, he sort of laces his fingers together. He sort of sits back. And a bit of a grin comes across his face.
Does he have a hairless cat that just jumped? Stroking.
Can I add something to the deal?
Okay. Are you all right? You're asking Garvin.
Yeah, Dark Garvin.
Well, I think settling your debt is kind of generous. You will be compensated other than that, but let me hear what you've got to say. I'm always interested in making a deal.
All I ask is that you leave Garvin's sister alone.
I leave my own sister alone. How do you know I've got a sister?
No, Darden's sister.
Darden's sister.
Darden's sister. Yeah, don't touch your sister again, Garvin. You
Well,
creep.
if you pay back this debt, which is caused by your interference, which is what's put his sister in harm's way, then all settled and she can go about her business, and you have our word that she will not be harmed by us.
And our involvement with you will go no further after this?
Well, unless you want to make it a more permanent arrangement, I could always find
I
more
doubt
work
it.
for people of your talents.
Somehow, I doubt we will want to continue this relationship.
I doubt it would be good for either of us, Garvin, if we continue to work together after this.
Well, you don't know what I can offer you. Maybe we should discuss it if you decide to take the job and you're successful. I may have things that I can bring to the table that you might find very useful.
Do you know what's actually been on my mind?
And what's that, my young red-headed friend?
Why is your elf pink?
Oh. You noticed that? That's not my story to tell, but let me say he's not quite all elf.
It's a little strange. You didn't do that to him, did you?
Oh, heavens, no. You could say his mother did that to him.
That's a bit of a weird thing to say.
He's not full, no.
Alright, are we doing a huddle and discuss?
Yes.
Yes.
Do bar votes to do the job. I got that off of Phil last week, just to make sure. So that's 1 vote for actually doing it.
Mhm.
Oh, Maeve's willing.
But yeah, if
If
you want to
this-
discuss it, absolutely. He'll just sit there looking at you, and
If this gets
occasionally eat.
If this gets them off Darden's sister's back, then I'm in.
I am
Follow the
too.
devil you know at the end of the day. We
But I
know these
want him
guys
to
are
sign a
correct.
contract. His
As long
word
as
is.
it's written by us, not by them, because we don't want him sneaking anything in there.
As you discussed it,
Either way,
Garvin just speaks up. He goes, "Oh, of course, I will compensate you if you do a good job. So let's say 500 gold pieces each. It's worth that much to me."
My Lee is showing.
I'm just like, no, money, yeah, you may be able to offer lots of money, but we're the ones sticking out our necks, not you. We're in danger. And we haven't actually done anything wrong.
That's debatable.
With regards to you.
Oh, you call killing one of my agents and one of my employees doing nothing wrong?
Where was this?
In a little town called Last Wind.
Yeah, they shouldn't have attacked us first.
That's not the story I got back.
Shouldn't have attacked.
Oh, from your trustworthy associate.
I trust my associate with my life.
Yeah, well, she took my life.
Well,
Nearly.
you look really healthy for a dead man. And if you were a zombie or some sort of necromantic creation, my little field would have dropped you dead. Again.
You're only a little bit dead, Rory.
Oh, I'm still annoyed.
Not most dead.
You're just a little bit dead. You're good.
Well,
Look,
I vote yes.
We can try and keep Darden's sister out of this. And I suppose maybe do a little bit of good?
Let's see what happens.
Right. So are you? What's the score? I want to hear a yay or a nay from everybody.
Yay.
Yeah.
Grudging. Yay.
What about a nameless?
He
He's
messaged
right
me
back.
to be right back.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll take his silence as a confirmation that he's going to do it. As we
Okay.
normally do. So, so you turn to Garvin and you tell him that okay, you're going to accept the job. Still smiling, he says, "Well, as I said, if you do well, I might have some more work for you, but we can discuss that at the end of this job." His smirk fades slightly. Oh, and one more thing. The Crimson Chain is slippery. If they get wind that you're working for me, they'll vanish before you can blink, so be careful. And whatever you do, don't let them know who sent you.
Wouldn't it make a little more sense not to be seen in the first place?
Well, if you can get in there unseen or infiltrate their organization, that would be the best way, obviously. He opens up this little document And he says, I will tell you the contents of this. I will show it to you, but you're not taking it. So if you have implements to write with, I suggest you write this down. And the document contains, it's got a list of, it's got 3 safe houses, known safe houses for the Crimson Chain in Sea Wayne City. One of them is on. Oh, I need to bring up a map. Where is it? Oh, it's not that map. It's actually my map.
The physical map, everybody. It's the physical map, everybody.
Yeah. So one of them is the warehouse on Pier 18. And if I activate this map and you all come over, I shall show you where that is. There is one that is a drinking establishment in Sea Wayne City, and that is called the Golden Goblet. And the third one is a warehouse in the warehouse district in Sea Wayne.
Ah, that one's going to be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
It does have an address. I'm not going to bother giving you an actual address because it really makes no difference in the game, but you could find it.
Did you say Golden Goblet?
The Golden Goblet, yeah. When you're right, all right, you're all over on this map now. So, Pier 18 is this one. I'm pinging.
All right, at the
Top right.
north.
Yeah, that one there.
Cool.
So that is like basically kind of like when you came into the city, the docks that are at the bottom of the bridge supports, 100 feet below the bridge. There is a pier there. There are a list of key members. So there's Valen the Spider, who is who's described as a half-elf, and they are the spy master for the Crimson Chain.
Baylen.
Beylen, yeah, the Spider. We have Grimholt, who is a dwarf, and he's the dock master for the Crimson Chain and works on Pier 18. And there's Captain Siska Redeye, who is a smuggler and commands the Widow's Whale, which is the ship that they're believing is bringing in this shipment.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that name? One of my cats just did something obnoxious and loud.
Captain
Your plant just fell over.
Captain Siska Redeye. It's spelled Siska.
I was right.
I was
Red
close.
Redeye.
Yeah.
Red Eye. Jeez. Named after a trans-American flight. Widow's Whale.
Widow's Whale is a ship, and that is believed to be coming in at midnight tonight, and that's the ship with the shipment on it.
Kill.
Right, that's all the information that's in that document. And he says,
Cool.
That's all we've got. We know they operate in Seawain. Those are the key personnel. Maybe you could go and find out a bit more on your own. Is there anything you would like to add to this discussion?
Nothing that would be helpful, thank you.
No.
I heard. It's just because I heard you discussing about maybe making him sign a contract or something like that. Is that not anything you want to do?
Well, I don't think this guy would obey a contract.
You know.
I have an idea. Is there anything that he would give us to try and deceive the Crimson Chain with getting them on side? Something that belonged to him?
Oh,
Like
you're
a
looking for
ring
some
or
sort of seed money.
Mm,
Like
no.
you've ripped them off and you're trying to.
Yeah. See if we can play them off each other. I really should have been a rogue.
You could always dip into rogue.
Could. In the future, maybe.
He strokes his chin whilst chewing a bit of meat pie, juice dribbling down the corner of his mouth.
Also, I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
Yes.
Please help
I'm
yourself.
hungry. Is it poisoned?
Why would I poison my own food?
You never
You're
know.
a
You could have
paranoid
built
little
a
one, you aren't you?
Yes, for good reason. You may have built up a tolerance.
Well,
what?
there's only one way to
To
find
the
out.
Contrary.
And he grabs a little bit of everything and just stuffs it in his mouth and starts chewing.
That's really disgusting.
Why would he try and kill us when we've got a job to do for him?
Have something over us?
What?
If one of us is going to be incapacitated and he keeps us here, then it's more incentive.
Don't give him ideas.
Yeah, he finishes chewing. He's like,
Are
"Are you sure you don't want a job? You'd make it far in this business."
Let's get out of here before he contaminates Lilith more.
It's like, as regards your suggestion, and he clicks his fingers, and there's like a ripple of flame in the corner of the room, and standing there is this pink-skinned, white-haired elf wearing sunglasses.
Oh God.
He takes off his hat, which is like it's a wide-brimmed hat, and it's red in colour, and it's a bit floppy. And Garvin says to him, says, "I think if you give them the hat and they could use that, it'd be useful." And he looks to the party and he says, "If you want to use this, tell them that you've killed Aerod." And Aerod smiles. And you can see that his canines are slightly longer than they should be. And he goes, "Oh, absolutely, that is a beautiful plan." And he looks at Dubar. He goes, "Perhaps it would look best on you." Says, "But this hat, it has a secret. It's a magical item, and it's called."
I don't use magic.
It's called yeah, that's a good Dubar. It's called a hat of disguise. Maybe you could use it to your advantage.
There you go, Lilith. You can pretend to be big.
Funny.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best spells in the game.
What, pretend to be big?
Disguise Sen.
Yeah. He says, but do be aware, I am rather attached to that hat, and when this is all over, I would like it back. It goes with my ensemble so well.
I might.
That's an elf.
Cool.
Why are you pink?
Get out of here.
Why are you
Are
ginger?
you?
That's a rather personal question, don't you think?
Because redheads are more fun, even if slightly paranoid.
100% Lilith.
Yeah.
Well, that remains to be seen.
Meh.
So, do you take the hat? Who takes it?
I'm taking the hat and I'm going.
Right.
Yeah.
It's massive on you.
Yay.
It comes right down, almost covers your eyes.
Cool.
In fact, you look comical wearing it. All right. As you turn to leave, the doors open in front of you, and just before you step out, Garvin says, "One last thing. Don't get cocky doing this job. The Crimson Chain aren't some street gang. They have connections. If you screw this up, it won't just be me hunting you down." He gives the party a knowing smirk before waving you off. Okay. A knowing smirk before waving you off. Says, "Now get out of my sight. You've got work to do." And as the doors open, you see in the entrance hall to this place that there's the guys that escorted you down are still stood there. Two of them though are on their hands and knees, giggling and playing with a little ferret that's running backwards and forwards between them, and they're offering it.
Oh! I would like to go up to these and stomp in front of them and go, piss off.
Okay, give me an intimidation check with disadvantage.
That's
because
fine.
you're tiny.
Don't care.
Dora, get your ass over here.
That's fine. That's a 10 for the first roll. And then let's just check numbers. So intimidation, where are you? 14, does that work?
A 14.
Yeah.
Intimidation. Wow.
She's charisma based.
That's with a plus
4. Right, so you come stomping up.
Yeah.
Let me do a quick roll. Right. And you tell them to piss off. The two that are kneeling down look up at, they kind of, I was going to say look up at you, but they're kind of at your level as they're kneeling down playing with this ferret. And they just grin and just go, "When we thought things couldn't get any cuter, have you seen her?"
Oh, I want to slap them. I know my strength is shit. I want to slap them.
Is it Maeve's style of strength where you're actually going to give them hit points?
Well, my strength is -2, so
so you got Maeve's strength.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an unarmed strike.
Cool.
One.
One.
Okay, so you go to slap them. You completely miss because the hat just falls in front of your eyes as you go to slap this person. And they just start cooing over you because you look like a child now wearing an adult hat.
Back off!
Just like,
Nicholas comes over and just puts his hand on Lilith's back. Let's just go.
I don't like them. They're mean.
the other one that's playing with this ferret goes, "Can we keep the ferret?"
No.
No, you can't. Dora, get over here, you bastard.
Dara looks at you and he's got a little bit of food, and the guard / thug that escorted you down, who's trying to entertain him, has got a piece of bread. And Dara looks at the food, looks at you, looks at the food, and just carries on eating.
He appears on my shoulder.
Dara sits on your shoulder, staring at you, just at the side of your face.
What's your fucking snack after? Let me get to the huh?
Scurries off into your hair somewhere.
Fucking dick.
So, as you make your way up the stairs, these guys, they don't bother hooding you again. And they don't escort you out. You can just make your way all the way up these stairs. It's several flights all the way to the top.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I counted, and there was, wasn't there like over 100 or something? 600.
600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes you a while.
We're gonna. Yeah.
I wrote it down too.
Yay!
So I'm going to advance time a little bit before we.
Whilst we're walking out, I will make sure to grab some cookies or something from a local market stand or something.
Let's call it 10:15. So you get to the top, and there is like a trapdoor above the last set of steps. So you open it up, daylight bursts in, along with a little bit of mist that's ever present on this side of the bridge. It's blinding at first. You make your way out, and you notice, in fact, Venera, because you are like the ranger, you give me a perception check as you get out.
Go back 2 seconds. There is a random cat meowing at our
Yikes. That's a nat 1.
That's a nat 1. Okay. Venera doesn't notice the 18 guards that are milling about.
Wow. The light
What-
I'm
what's
being
your passive
distracted by the
perception?
ferret.
and the
Passive
light's
14.
blinding.
14. We'll go with your passive on this. Yeah, so you notice that there are a few people milling around this area that look very obviously out of place, like they might be guarding this entrance / exit. But they're trying to blend in.
They're very obviously cops.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trying not to
kinda.
be
You know, they've
cops.
got that sort of that look to them. Where they could be, you know, there's something going on there.
No idea.
Can I, like, nudge just whoever's around me and just kind of, point out a few of them without being, like, obvious about it?
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand.
Hope this is better than the last roll. Yep, 19.
19. Yeah, you appear to go unnoticed as you nudge your party as they're coming out and nod in directions.
I feel like we get the hell out of here. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. It is now
What time is it now?
10:15 a.m. You've got potentially until midnight to find out where the shipment is coming in, or whatever you want to do with it. We're going to have a break now, and we'll pick up after the break with what you want to do next. So have a think about it over the next 15-20 minutes. Discuss it as a party, and then we'll come back and we'll go wherever you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, thanks for joining us. Join us next week, part 2, and we'll find out what's happening. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and goodbye, Rebecca's mom.
Bye, Rebecca's
Bye,
mom.
Rebecca's mom.